Did you expect to make an impact this quickly? Like you're round 3 and you're the Rising Star nominee.
Yeah, I think it's probably more of I wouldn't say I think I would have had an impact this early, but I think it's more just a confidence thing. Obviously, it's probably on the back of the belief of the older boys and all us younger boys getting together in this team. We all believe in each other, we get around each other. The love and support is there, which is one of our key values, and it just helps us flow, and it allows people like me and Job to win back-to-back Rising Stars.
Did you say one of the key values is love and support?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just expand on that.
Yeah. So it's just like we really just want to embrace each other as teammates. Whether we do something wrong, do something right, we get around each other, show love and support. So no matter what you're doing on the field, whether it's good or bad, you feel like you're playing your role.
And do you feel like you've got in behind Harley? Sorry, do you feel like Harley's sort of become the nominal leader of the pack of the young blokes? Is that what it feels like?
Somewhat. I think it's probably more older blokes driven, like Fridge, Duggo, all those boys. I think they're doing a really good job of that. But I think all us young boys just bring more of the energy part of that, and then the support comes from the older boys. But yeah, I think we're all doing a really good job of it at the minute.
The way footy's changed, vulnerability and love, support, these aren't words which were said 10 years ago, it's fair to say. Has it made it easier to settle in WA, knowing that you literally have love and support from teammates? Yeah,
100%. It makes everything so much easier, especially because, obviously you have the support, and then, I think, you definitely wouldn't have heard that 10 years ago. It's all be about, just probably being tough and stuff, but I think it's probably part of the new sort of way that footy's played with such speed and skill and all that, is that you need to have your good balance of strong in the contest, contested stuff, but you also need to have that support around you.
So to have Harley as your housemate and mate at the same time, like what's he given you with that support as a number 1 draft pick who knows what it's like to walk in and have expectations? Yeah,
I'd say probably just good role model. He's matured a lot over this off-season and now into the season. I think he's clearly shown that because he's matured off-field, he's now matured on-field, and he's played 2 back-to-back really good games. And it's starting to show. So I think me having to live with him and giving him that opportunity to be a good role model has obviously helped him and helped his development. And now he's playing some career best footy probably, and hopefully he can just stay consistent with that.
You've probably got a bit of a shield from him as well, because that publicity, 2-team town, he's had to live with it. Now you're here, you're number 1 pick, but he still draws a bit of that for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think in terms of the time he came over with 2023, I think it was a very different story. And whereas now when I've come over, I think he's done a lot of work, and then I think the club's done a lot of work as well to make this such a really good environment. And I think that we're building something as a team, and it's a lot easier for us younger boys now who have just come through to shine.
Who wins PlayStation?
Usually me, but Harley has some random games where he just turns it on.
What's he taught you?
In terms of just like how to carry yourself around, whether we're in public or around the house and stuff, like he's been really neat. He's good with that. He's good at his cooking and stuff, so he's taught me a bit of that stuff. But in terms of like going around in public and stuff, like the way he meets fans, the way he greets new people and stuff, like it's those little things that are about that little professionalism that has just had a bit of a lift in him, and it's made us as a team, it's made everyone around the club just that little bit better, and I think it's starting to show now on field.
What about you personally playing the game? There's expectation on the number 1 pick, and there's like you're targeted on the field, and sometimes they can get in their own heads and things like that. Like, what have you been able to adjust to as a player, knowing that necessarily what he went through coming into the game, and has he been able to teach you anything around that?
Probably not too much about that sort of stuff. I think that I've been probably playing footy since I was probably 5-6 years old. I think I've probably spent long enough in the game to understand, and especially watching it from having my brother being in there from 7 years onwards, being at games and stuff. I've watched a lot of AFL footy. I've seen how it's played, and it's honestly it's been pretty easy for me to transition into it because I've been around it so much, and I think that's probably a big advantage I've had. But also just talking to Yowie, talking to Harley, Fridge, all that. It's just probably more of a thing of just trusting yourself, trusting your own ability. You're here for a reason, and that's been the main message throughout the whole thing with each other.
Growing up, seeing professionalism necessarily with the family, that's obviously made you wiser beyond your years.
Yeah, definitely. I think probably one of my biggest strengths is probably my footy IQ and knowledge of the game and stuff. And I think it's definitely a big advantage having been watching footy for so long with the brothers and obviously Yazzie as well. But yeah, it's definitely helped me a lot.
Where does that competitive edge come in the family? Did it get handed down? Did it start with your parents? What?
It's probably mum's white line fever, she calls it. She, any time back in the day, she'd step on the netball court, she'd just have eyes only for the ball and good luck to everyone else.
And Zave's come up with, he had the bow and arrow at one stage, didn't he?
Yeah.
What did you think of that when he was pulling that one out after?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. I think a lot of the kids loved it, and especially in our area, so I think it was good little bit of fun.
How have you found adjusting to the speed of the game? I know you said that feel like you fit in quite seamlessly, but have you found it a little bit of a shock? That step up.
Yeah, I think you're probably seeing the first quarters were a bit slow, which is probably expected with a young team. But I think that once we get going in the game, we get used to it. Like, I'm a pretty fast player, and once we've got a read on the game, we know what's going on, we have it in control and stuff, then it's a lot smoother. But yeah, it's not too easy being in your first year stepping up to that pace. But you get a good taste of it playing VFL and stuff last year. But yeah, this is certainly the biggest step up because it's obviously the best competition in the world.
The Worm nickname, where's that? Was that Rodman they talked about?
Yeah, it was a little bit of that. So when I was playing basketball, Zane used to call me the Worm because I'd just grab rebounds out of nowhere, which is it was a good ability of mine. But yeah, Zane just started calling me Worm out of nowhere, and then I was like, oh, righto, and then it just. Nah, not really. And then my Gippsland Power head coach started calling me that, Redder, and then it just stuck with everyone now.
What's the mood been like among the group this week? Back-to-back wins. I imagine it's pretty exciting stuff. Yeah,
I think it's been very very upbeat in terms of we've won back-to-back games for a club. Looking back on last year, they probably didn't see that much success, and now that we've won 2 games, and it's only round 3. Looking onto the rest of the season, I think there's a lot more we can do as a team, and we can still get better. So that's the best part about it, and I think we're all very optimistic about how that can go.
In what position do you see yourself playing your best footy long term?
Long term definitely as a midfielder, but for now I think wherever I'm playing, wing, midfield, or half back or anything, I'm not really too phased. That's the beauty of being in your first year. You get to do what you're told, and it's for the best for the team. So I'm happy to do whatever.
And did you have a welcome to the AFL moment at all? Have you had one where someone knocked you over, or you got beaten, or you go, wow, I'm in the big time, I'm in the big league now? Pretty cruisy taking mark of the year.
It's been pretty cruisy. I think probably I think there was a time where I just got bodied by Christian Petrarca at a stoppage, and he won it out with clean hands. I think that's probably just the level you got to get to in terms of in the stoppage and stuff. But obviously I'll get a lot better at that. But yeah, he's certainly a good player.
Someone referred to you as similar to Bond the other day. Did you hear that, and what were your thoughts about it?
Yeah, I did. Obviously it's a huge compliment. I mean, to be anywhere near the Bond is something really special. But in terms of that sort of stuff, obviously you don't listen to it too much. I know I've probably idolised him and Finn Callahan type players growing up, but now that I'm here in the league and stuff, I think it's more of a you accept that, but then you also want to try and pave your own path, and so I think that's the main part about that.
he's tall and long as a midfielder. Just looking at you there, you look long arms and stuff. Like, you mentioned the basketball before. Like, do you know what your wingspan is?
Oh, yeah, I'm not too sure on the exact measurements, but it is pretty big wingspan. But yeah, I think basketball and stuff has definitely helped that. Like on the weekend, I got like a one-hand smother and stuff. Like that's just probably basketball helping me there. Like the short, sharp movements where you just got to like watch the ball and stuff, getting my hands into places, like that. But yeah, basketball's definitely helped that.
Andrew Embley was here last week around the Oka jumper, and he said that he feels like you guys are what happened to the club in the early 2000s with Judd and Cousins and Kerr and Cox, and then you 4 or 5 others similar. Do you know much about the history, and can you relate to what he's saying?
I don't know too much as a growing up as a Brisbane supporter, but I think it's more. I think that talking to a lot of the older people around the club, I think they knew that time was very special for the club. And obviously, I've actually spoke to Andrew Embley a fair bit with a little assignment we had to do for our development program. And so, yeah, players like Judd, Cuzzy and all that, Coxie as well, they're unbelievable players. So to have anywhere near that comparison, I think we'd be all pretty over the moon. But I think, yeah, it's just another thing if we just got to, take it in our stride and keep going. So.
Sorry, just one more. We've obviously spoken about how Harley has kind of given you a lot of support, but who of the older guys and the more experienced guys has kind of taken you under their wing? Yeah,
I'd probably say Yowie, definitely. Yoey's got such a strong footy knowledge mind as well. Probably best at the club, I'd say. He's good with building up confidence, good with terms of structures and stuff as well. And he's just good at supporting you as well, like getting around you, celebrating and stuff. So, yeah, he's been really good with that stuff. And, yeah, he's just been a really good role model as well.
Has there been a piece of advice from your brothers or your sister going in?
Nah, not really. As soon as I got here, I was more worried about, listening to like the Yowie types and the Liam Bakers and Jack Grahams, whereas, I'd let them pave their own path back over in Victoria.